Final video on the series of healthy self-perception. The first video was on talking to yourself in a positive way. Second video was on highlighting your strengths. They go hand in hand. See those strengths in you and then reiterate them by talking to yourself. And then last week's video was on receiving compliments versus criticism. What do you take to heart? What do you take to your mind when others talk about you? If it's critical, do you let it linger and stick with you for a while? Or do you just let that go in one ear, out the other, or you're not even in one ear? And when there's compliments coming your way, definitely you want to be taking those in and let that resonate in your mind and in your heart. Today's video is on friends, who you surround yourself with. What kind of friend are you? Do you bring out the best in others, and do your friends, the people you surrounded with, bring out the best in you? Do they celebrate your successes and mourn with your difficulties? Starting with a quote. Okay, true friends are not only real to your face, they're also real behind your back. So it's easy for me to be real and a really good friend in front of someone's face because, well, I'm non-controversial. I don't want to tell them something that's difficult to tell them. Sometimes that's a necessity if it's for the best for them. But it's easier to talk negative about somebody behind their back. I remember in middle school in 8th grade, I was talking to a friend of mine and we were walking up the stairwell and I was talking or complaining or being critical with my best friend. Now, this was an acquaintance I was talking to, but my best friend since 1st grade, apparently unbeknownst to me, was up above the stairwell listening to me be critical this entire time. When I looked up and I saw him and then he stormed out, I really had a mix of emotions. But looking back on that scenario, looking back on that situation, I think to myself, what kind of kid was I at the age of 13 that I'd have to beat my best friend up with somebody else behind his back? It clearly shows that I was hiding behind insecurities and being critical. That for me to have to break him down, it was trying to build myself up. What other explanation is there? I don't remember what I even said about him. I just remember the incident. Thankfully, he's forgiven me. It was a while ago. I'm not going to reveal our ages. But thankfully, again, we're still friends. And there's been a lot of growth there. And he's been a true friend to me. A couple scenarios. Imagine yourself in school. If you're in school right now and your best friend or your friend just got 100 on a test and you took the same test and got a 90. What is your first initial thought? What do you think about? Do you think about you in response to the fact that you got 90 versus that person's 100? Or do you celebrate their success? Are you excited for that person? Or are you continually thinking about, poor, woe is you, I should have done better, I'm embarrassed, I'm going to study harder? Motivation's great, don't get me wrong. Take that 100, take your 90 and say, you know what, I'm going to do a lot better next time, I'm going to study a lot harder. But first and foremost, get past you as a true friend and celebrate that success with that individual. I want to give a list of things, attributes that a true friend, somebody you should be surrounded by, and what kind of friend you want to be, and then finish with that. So I'm going to see if you can see this. Surround yourself with people who encourage you. Great list. Inspire you, motivate you, mourn with you, listen to you, laugh with you, rejoice with you, offer new perspectives, hold you accountable, and do the same for them. It's a great list. It's a very hard list to fulfill every single one of those. But when you're able to do those things for those around you, it just clearly shows how much you care for that individual. And when you're surrounded by people who are willing to listen to you and laugh with you and mourn with you and think about your successes first and foremost before they think about how that affects them, that is someone who cares for you. And that's the type of person you want to surround yourself with.